Hold on, I gotta solve this Rubik's Cube really quick. Should I like say some generic shit, or should I like I don't know.
Welcome to the Something to Do podcast.
No, that's boring. All right. What's up, guys?
STD
Welcome to Hustlers University. I'm Andrew Tate, and I'm going to show you guys how to get mad money by posting my videos on TikTok and on YouTube so that everybody gets fucking annoyed by that shit on their posts. That's what we should talk about on our first episode. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Something to Do podcast. This is the first episode, and it's great to have you here. I'm Oddsy. This is my co-host.
Me. I'm the co-host, Bumpy.
All right. Should we talk about Andrew Tate first? Because that fucker's been kind of annoying. You know?
Who I've heard the name thrown around, but I don't actually know who he is. So could you please enlighten me?
Yeah, so he's this kickboxer, or he's a retired kickboxer who like made a bunch of fucking money, and like after he retired, he just like made a podcast with his brother to just kind of like he says some pretty weird shit, like very like weirdly misogynistic, but like kind of accurate stuff, but like shit that I guess is true, but no one is brave enough to say, you know, kind of thing. But I still disagree with like a majority of the shit he says.
It's probably because he starts off with like a kernel of truth and then like twists it with his own things. Yeah. I see a lot of like conspiracy theorists or people that make very outlandish opinions start off with a kernel of truth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, that's probably what it is. But yeah, his shit's like, especially because like he has the Hustlers University thing, because it's like he basically just like pays a bunch of dudes to like just post like clips from his TikTok and his YouTube all over wherever the fuck, I don't fucking know. It's weird shit. But you know. You want to talk about something else? I don't really like talking about Andrew Tate.
No, that's valid. Well, I recently went on a trip to Hawaii, which was kind of good, but also like it was for like a week, and I feel like a week is just way too long to be there. It was in Maui, which is like, I've been to Hawaii before. I went to Oahu, which is like Honolulu, and it's like the more like modernized, you know, like Americanized type place. But Maui is like this more like untouched place. It's like raped less, so it's more like nature. Yeah,
Joe Biden hasn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, or Jeffrey Epstein. So, yeah, it's really nice. There were like waterfalls. So there was like this 2-hour road called the Road to Hana, which is like a city. And that road, the Hana city is like trash, but the road to Hana is like really nice. It's like you will pass by waterfalls you could swim in and everything, and there's black sand beaches, red sand beaches. It's great. And during my time in Hawaii, there would be times where there were a lot of long car rides, and I'd get very bored, so I'd just listen to podcasts as we were just driving. And I think I was listening, I don't remember what podcast it was, but they started talking about like these brain amoebas that would like infect kids, or like people that like go swimming in like fresh body waters.
This story has gone. This story has gone in a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go in. Continue.
Yeah, so there was like this. It was a recent story where this like 16-year-old kid like went swimming in some like water park in Florida, and like got sick a few days later, and then like had violent like symptoms and realized he had to go to the ER. And then they found out that like he had this brain amoeba that he got that traveled up his nose through swimming in the freshwater body of water.
There's this like have you heard about like the fucking brain eating amoeba that live in
that's what it is.
Disneyland,
it eats your brain. That's what it is. It's the exact same thing. It eats your brain.
Is it from the place in Disneyland where it's like, or Disney World where it's like there's the island that's kind of like floating out in like the trough, and it's like people like will try to go to that island and like trespass there and just kind of like look around because nobody really goes there, but you're not allowed to go there because in order to get there you have to like swim through this fucking amoeba infested water. It's fucking disgusting.
I'm not sure if it was there, but it was some water park in Florida, and I was listening to that and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because almost everybody that gets it like is guaranteed to die, and only 4 people in total have survived, I think. And so we went, and we got to a waterfall, and all that information that I just learned just like flew out the window because I saw this beautiful waterfall. And so it was like, oh man, this is like a 30-foot waterfall. Looks really nice. Oh, and look at that. It's like a little pool at the bottom. You can go swim in it. So my dumbass was like, all right, I'm going to go swim in this waterfall because I'm never going to be able to do this in my life ever again. Even though I probably will. So like I changed into my my swimming trunks, and I went down and I started swimming in the waterfall, and I was like, wow, this is very slimy. There's a lot of algae, which is probably like a sign for a lot of bacterial life that could be there.
Yeah.
But whatever. And so I went like directly under the waterfall, like, so just to feel like how much force is going down. It was fun at the time. And then I came back up, and then like an hour into the car drive where we were going away, I was like, oh, what if that had like brain eating amoebas in the water? And because some of the water had actually like gone up my nose as well. So that was what was like the most terrifying.
Yeah.
So I looked up on Google. I was like, is it safe to swim in the water, in like the fresh water in Hawaii? And like the search results that came up was like, do not swim in any freshwater body in Hawaii. And I was like, oh shit. And apparently I forget what it is. What did you say?
Did you like what was your like react? Did you like tell your parents like, yo, I'm fucked, guys? Like, can we get a bucket list going?
Yeah. Okay. So I looked it up again. It says that leptospirosis in animals can be treated with antibiotics. You can avoid getting that disease by staying out of freshwater ponds or streams in Hawaii. Basically, it comes from like their infected urine or like shit or whatever that they release in the water. And even if it's a waterfall, like a river, like a running body of water, it doesn't matter because they still pee in there, and it just transports it. Yeah. And there's like 200 cases, I think. It's pretty rare. There's like 200 cases like yearly.
And, dude, I'm gonna start freaking out if just like halfway through the podcast you just like stop talking and I just hear your drool like dribbling onto the table.
I think I'm fine now though. Yeah, no, but so basically, I forgot where I was going with that. I was just freaked out because I thought I got like this disease, and it was 200 cases yearly, so it's like mildly rare, but they said like 100 of those cases happen in Hawaii, so like 50% of that just happens in Hawaii. So it was, I guess, a little bit nerve-wracking. But
so like 2 days ago, I actually so there's this like lake, and it's not a lake, it's more like it's a really small stream that kind of like goes through like this little village like right next to where I live, and like I fucking was like walking through it, and it's like just a bunch of ducks that probably like shit in that water that I was just like walking through, and like somebody walked by and they're like, hey man, I wouldn't walk in that if I were you. And I just kind of looked at him, and let's hope I didn't get brain amoeba. I don't want to fucking just.
No, brain amoeba is coming through your brain. I mean through your nose. But all right. So for people can't hear him right now. I don't know if he started recording again. So I don't know if you heard Ozzy slam his desk, but he slammed his desk so hard that he stopped recording.
Yeah. So let's resync this audio.
Clap sync again. Yeah, I got to clap sync again.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right.
Hopefully that should sync it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope I didn't get fucking I would have been like severely like opposing to your mindset with that whole thing, because like I hear about like fucking like scary shit that can just happen, like really like casual shit that can be turned into dangerous things. Like when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I heard this story about this girl who fucking she like inhaled too much helium from a balloon and died from suffocation. Like she just fucking choked to death. And so for like a solid year straight, I was terrified of balloons.
I mean, that's kind of valid, but I mean,
it's not.
If you willingly, no, okay, that's not. I agree. Well, I mean, I only got back from Hawaii. Oh, that incident that happened where I swam in the waterfall was only like last week.
Yeah.
So, and it usually takes, the symptoms of that thing can take up to a month to show up. So I could actually have it right now without knowing it.
Yeah. I mean, who knows, you know? You could start just like, I mean, I'd start writing a bucket list if I were you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, what would I put on my bucket list though? I don't really know what I want to do in life.
I don't know. You know, I think it would be, I think it's got to be like absolutely
something life-threatening
paramount.
Or something sex-related?
Well, no, it's got to be like absolutely paramount that you like somehow like work in like some kind of fucking fish into your sex life. Like just something, you know?
I was thinking something like balancing on my head, so like I'm upside down and jacking off upside down while like eating a hamburger with nothing, with just like mustard between the bread. Has anyone ever done that, you think? Has anyone ever jacked off upside down while eating a mustard sandwich?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Just mustard between bread.
I don't know.
I'd be the first person in the world to do that.
I would rather just fuck the mustard sandwich, gonna be honest with you. Like, fucking, have you seen the video of the dude fucking a McChicken?
Yeah. Honestly, if someone's done that someone's probably also done the thing that I said.
Yeah. Hey, remember when, weird things. Like, remember when we were talking about, like, ideas for the podcast and you just, like, desperately wanted to talk about Jenkem?
Oh, I really want to talk about Jenkem now. But we already talked the hell out of it. Dude, I mean, Jenkem is so funny.
There's not much to talk about it. It's just shitting in a bottle and letting it ferment for a little while.
Well, I want to spread the knowledge of Jenkem for a little bit. So, for people who don't know, for like the second person listening, the first one being me, re-listening to it. So Jenkem is basically this like online created, like someone figured it out in their like garage and was like, yo, this is sick. And then started posting about it on the internet. And this started when the internet was still like a baby. I'm talking like the 90s when there were like chat rooms and stuff like that. Like this is early internet. Some dude figured it out where if you like shit in a bottle and then I think it was like you piss in it, or you don't have to do that, but just keep your excretion in a bottle and leave it out in the sun for like 12 hours or something like that. It'll like turn into like this fermented substance, which if you inhale, you can get a decent high out of. So you can literally get high off your own shit. It's great.
Yeah, we got to start up like a company where we just like we just get like famous people's shit and we're like, hey, yo, this is Jenkem from fucking Chris Hemsworth. You know this shit's going to be fire.
Logan Paul Jenkem. How do you come up with the name Jenkem? Like,
I don't fucking know. It's such a weird. It's such a like visceral name. Like I don't like it. Like it gives me like the same vibes as like ointment, I guess, or like. I don't know. I can't figure it. Like,
I think of like a crystal. I think of like something shiny, like Jenkem. Something like I don't know, like rusty. I mean, something Minecrafty.
If you leave it like in the fucking bottle for long enough, it'll probably crystallize. You know.
Yeah, and then you could do crystal Jenkem. You could smoke crystal Jenkem. Yo, Mr. White, we gotta make some more crystal Jenkem, yo.
Just cuts, just like hard cuts to fucking him like drinking laxatives and just fucking like putting a bottle in his ass, just fucking liquid shit.
Jesse, get the bowl ready.
Just fucking.
It would be really funny
anyway.
If Breaking Bad wasn't related around meth, but it was related around Jenkem. Like the entire plot was like they had to make a bunch of Jenkem before Gus Fring murders them.
Yeah, fucking like that one scene where the old guy like shits in the DEA office, like fucking Walter White just goes in there and like mops it up off the floor.
When it clicks. That's when it clicks in his brain. No, that's when it clicks in Jesse's brain. When he was there, he's like, "Yo, we can make Jenkem, yo.
We can make mad fucking money off this shit, yo."
Yeah, you know, like when it clicks
way
for
better
Walter
than Crystal.
White, when he's with his brother-in-law, like looking at the heist and he's realizing how much money they make, like that's when it clicks. He needs to make meth. That's like the same thing for Jesse. When Hector Salamanca just shits on the floor, it just clicks for him right there. He's like, "Oh, Jenkem, that's where the money is, yo."
Fucking like Walter's just like, "Jesse, why the fuck do you want to shit in a bottle?" And fucking Jesse just goes, "I am awake."
He just does like the Walter White voice. He's like, "Yo, Mr. White, I am awake."
Next week he gets cancer.
and then like Walter White starts dressing like Jesse because he stops caring about his life because he also has cancer. So the roles are just reversed. Yeah. And now it's just some Jenkem show about some like little kid bossing this like 50-year-old man with cancer around, telling him to like eat laxatives and shit. And then that's just what the show's come to.
He's like, he's so much older, his shits just like can't keep it together anymore, so they just like fucking fall out of his ass, so it gets way more potent.
It just rains shit.
Fucking you get like that 96% purity with the fucking Jenkem.
It's not even like solid anymore. It's just like it just rains shit.
It is just a fucking hose just coming out of his ass. It's like those fucking like it's like fucking Clint, Michigan's faucets in 2015. Just fucking whoosh.
It's Flint, Michigan. Flint.
It's not Clint. Did I say Clint, Michigan?
Yeah.
Clint, Michigan.
Got that Flint, Michigan delicacy. It's only local to Flint.
I'm moving to fucking Clint, Michigan.
Dude, I wanted to move to Clint, Michigan, but I couldn't find it. Anyways, that was the STD podcast. Thanks for listening.
No, but I do want to talk about some actual topics. What kind of topics did you bring to the table, like in your notes today? Are you like more serious, or are you just like more Jenkem type bullshit?
Well, I've made a system, something silly that is like a little like a bit of a hook, but it's also fun to talk about. Yeah. And then I have something in modern news, sort of like something going on in the world, but like interesting, like something like we'd actually like care about. Yeah. And then I have something that's like kind of like a deep topic.
Yeah. Okay. I got a mostly deep topic, so you can get your hook first, and then I have one that's not necessarily deep, but it is something that would be interesting to talk about. You know. So you go. Okay. You go first with your hook. Hook me in like a fish. You know, I can be the fish in your
the
in your
hook was the brain
life.
amoeba thing, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
that was my first topic.
Okay. Well, that's that. The one thing I do want to talk about before we get into anything is Bumpy. How is that new video of yours doing that you're working on right now? Because you haven't uploaded in like 10 months. I wanna hear how your comeback's going so far.
I haven't really touched it. I started editing it like a month ago. I've started editing it like 10 months ago, and then I kind of stopped, and then I started up again. It's been on and off. I just sort of found it kind of not fun anymore, and I was only kind of doing it for fun, and I was like, oh, if it's not really fun anymore, what's the point?
Well,
I mean, I have like half the video done.
Okay.
I just don't think it's very funny, but it's gonna be like around 7 minutes, I think.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty fucking funny so far. Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything because, you know, I want to wait till that shit comes out. But I think it's really fucking funny so far. I think what it is you're just like watching the clips over and over again, and you're getting that content numbness that you get after a while, where you just fucking think everything you're doing is unfunny. You know?
Yeah. I think I'll either have it out soon or in a really long time. So it's either like within this month, or it's July. Well, by the time people are hearing this, it's gonna be August.
I think it is.
So
yeah, it's July 31st.
Either within this month or like a very long time, because I'm starting college. So if I don't get it out within this month, I'm probably not gonna get it out for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of I don't know. I've been kind of, this can like kind of segue into another topic. Like I've been kind of like not as frequent with my uploads lately. Like the last time I uploaded was like a month ago, and I know that's like not a whole lot compared to like your 10-month hiatus, but I don't know. Motivation has definitely been like a difficult thing for me, like because like it's summer, and I'm thinking like there's so much more fun things I could be doing. Like I could just be playing other video games, hanging out with friends and whatnot, and like I also kind of get that mentality of like there's so many other people who like do it better than I do, and so that kind of like brings me down a little bit, especially like within the last few like weeks. I'd say like I've just been very like unmotivated to continue working on videos just because I feel like there are so many better creators out there, and I don't like, I'm trying to, with this video I want to like branch out a little bit, not necessarily in like what I'm recording, but like just how my videos are paced, I guess, like because I don't bring a whole lot of new things to the table with how my channel is currently,
Yeah, a lot of like what you and I do is kind of oversaturated.
Yeah, and well, I don't even necessarily think it's oversaturated. It's more so that it's just kind of dead right now, because like all the big YouTubers are kind of gone. Like Rack made a comeback a while ago, and I think he's gonna. I watched one of his streams the other day. He said he's gonna try and upload at least monthly, but I don't really think. I don't know. If we're lucky, we might get that. Fitz is very tired of Counter-Strike. Swagger
Same.
Souls has also been getting kind of tired of Counter-Strike. I don't know. I've kind of had like a rebirth with Counter-Strike, but more so in like the competitive aspect of it. Like I've just kind of been getting like more into like comp matches again. But I don't necessarily think it's like oversaturated, because like I could list off like all the big creators right now, but I think it's more so that it's just dead right now. Like there's no new faces that are really like committed to doing it,
Yeah, there needs to be like some new wave. I don't know what it's gonna be. I have no idea.
I think that new wave is coming pretty soon, because I think it's probably gonna come with Source 2, honestly, just because they're finally fucking working on the new Counter-Strike game. I was trying to like do some shit in GTA RP, but it's really hard to get footage of that. But I think the new,
I never downloaded it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of fucking weird. It's weird, like, because GTA RP is so fucking buggy. Like, it's ridiculous how buggy it is. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of it. I tried to get on it to like talk to people, but it's like so fucking difficult to actually like get scenes where you talk to people. Like everybody just kind of like wants to, like, okay, I say this like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Everybody just wants to play with their friends. Nobody wants to like meet new people online. And so it kind of makes it more difficult to do the kind of shit that I want to do,
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. Like, I play GTA and I don't really want to interact with anybody else.
Yeah. Well, and most of the time, like, if you're going on to like an actual like online GTA lobby and like the mics are open, like you just get fucking like kids with like 7 people in their family and like their little brothers crying in the background and their fucking smoke alarms batteries are dying, so like every 5 seconds you get a fucking high-pitched chirp and like the vacuum's going on in the background, and it's just chaotic, and you just want to turn off all the mics and whatnot.
And you can hear like some sex noise in the background, but in the back of your head it's not normal and it's probably incest.
Yeah, just some weird shit going on in the background. But yeah, I'm just like trying to go back on topic. I'm just trying to like figure out what new thing I can do, because like I have clips, but like they're the same.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm holding on.
I gotta mute. Just keep it going for a sec. I gotta.
All right.
I don't know how to mute it. I don't know how to mute on Audacity. Do you know how?
No. Just
we could just
turn
again.
Just turn the gain all the way down on your interface.
All right. Don't do
All right, but I don't know. What should I talk about while we're pausing? Because that was a conversation that we had going. I think some like funny alternatives to like circumcising should come up. You know, like I think we should like start like competitive circumcising. Like I think we gotta get some like doctors in here who can like circumcise people with like scrapbooking scissors or like box cutters and like see who can do it with like the fastest with their method. You know, like maybe somebody gets some like hair clippers and whatnot. And you just fucking like just get that shit right off there, you know. I think it'd be really cool if like somebody found a way to like TIG weld the fucking foreskin off, you know, just like heat that shit up and melt it off, you know. That'd be pretty dope.
What did I come back to? What is this?
I was trying to find something else to talk about because we were having a conversation.
Were you actually talking about that like unironically?
Yeah. So competitive circumcision. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh, wait, that would be interesting.
Yeah, right. Like
competitive.
Like see what different methods doctors can bring to the table. Like one thing I said was like scrapbook scissors or like you know, like hair clippers. Maybe you could like TIG weld the foreskin off, you know, just like figure out different ways to get that off of there, you know. Maybe you could use like a cigar
like speed running
cutter.
it.
Yeah, and then like maybe there's like there's like any percent runs, and there's like, you know, there's runs where you have to like take it off and put it back on. You know what I mean?
Dude,
what are some methods you think we could bring to the table? Yeah. What are some methods you bring to the table?
I'm thinking something like you know how like when you wax your hairs off, but instead of hair, it's like for foreskin, and like you just like wrap the tape around the head and just kind of just rip it off.
Yeah, and you got to like figure out like what the best way to do it without ripping like the rest of the skin off is, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that would really
find like the right shape.
Yeah, that's more of like a high risk, high reward method, you know?
Yeah, because it's fast, but it's also high risk.
Yeah. Also known as high risk, high reward.
Well, what would be low risk, high reward?
Just fucking staple your foreskin to the wall, you know? Just fucking like pull out.
No, because I feel like you could like rip off like a wrong chunk. I'm thinking way too much about this.
Okay, let's get back to the other topic because I feel like that was a bit more, you know. We had our halftime, so I'm just trying to like figure out what new things I could bring to the table, you know, like not necessarily like in terms of like circumcision, but like in terms of like the YouTube genre that we're talking about, you know.
Well, we could just bring that new genre onto YouTube, competitive circumcision. We got to DM Mr. Beast and be like, "Hey, yo, we got this killer idea."
Yeah, whoever circumcises the fastest gets $1 million.
And a wrapped Tesla.
If you can circumcise your dick in the door of this Bugatti, I will give you the Bugatti. We'll even clean off the blood. Or actually, no, the blood stain can be like a custom paint job, you know?
Yeah. You'll wrap your Tesla, and then the wrap just says, "I won this by circumcising myself."
Yeah. I won this by circumcising myself. Here's the proof. I'm not circumcised, no. Are you?
I am, yeah.
Looks like when it rains, you're gonna get wet, pussy.
I think anybody that goes under the rain is gonna get wet. That's just me, though. I think that's just me.
You know, I
Personally,
disagree.
I wouldn't let that slide.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna slide. It's gonna slip because it's raining. It's wet, you know.
The sponsor of this podcast is women, and we do not get wet.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm just trying to like bring some new shit to the table, you know, trying to figure out what the fuck I can do that's like genuinely original and not just like rehashed of what other people do, because it is so genuinely like I've realized that it's so difficult to be in this category of YouTube without like being a clone of somebody else, or like at least giving off the same vibes as somebody else. Like I definitely take a lot of my inspiration from Raccoon Eggs. I feel like you definitely take a lot of inspiration from like Fitz and Swagger Souls, because you do most of your shit with like friends and whatnot. Fucking you got a bunch of other people who are like a mix of the two, basically. Like a fucking, I don't know, everybody else who's come after that era has kind of just been like a rehash version. We're kind of just waiting for somebody to bring something new to the table, and it's just a matter of coming up with newer ideas, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, it's very hard to do that. It's hard to find something that a lot of people will enjoy.
Yeah, like I've gone into kind of, I don't want to say existential crisis because that makes me sound like a 14-year-old girl, but like I don't know, just weird mental states where like I think call. Like
I don't know if you guys heard.
Well, you good?
No, it says you left the call. Did you leave the call?
No. Did you leave the call?
Did I leave the call? I didn't leave the call.
No. Did you leave the call?
I did not leave the call.
I didn't leave the call. Did you leave the call?
Said you left the call.
Said you left.
You've been lagging.
Oh, okay.
You've been lagging. Your internet's bad.
It's probably my internet.
It was you.
Yeah, it was probably me. It's probably me, unless it was you. Was it you?
No, was it you?
I don't know. Was it you? let's not do that.
Was it me?
So let's. Yeah, I've had these weird like kind of like mental states where I just kind of like I don't know how to describe it, where I just kind of feel like I guess it would be considered
really
like imposter syndrome.
That's helping you.
I guess
imposter syndrome.
Kind of like imposter syndrome, but not necessarily, because I mean I guess it could be, but it's like I feel there are people talking in the background. Here, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself. You wanna entertain the podcast?
Oh, I don't know if he was talking to me, so I'll just take it over for now. So anyways, back to competitive circumcision. I actually wanted to keep talking about that. So, I feel like there's a myriad of ways where you could successfully circumcise someone, you know, and have them lead a healthy life. With also like doing it as fast as possible, quick as possible. Yeah, I think a very effective way would be kind of like stitching. Like, you know, you go through the skin, come out the other end, go back down again. So like you kind of map it out. Or instead of stitching, you could draw like a marker around it and then maybe do it. But I feel like just doing the stitch on your own would be. You back?
What we could do is we could like perforate the penis, you know, like perforate the foreskin like a paper towel.
What does perforate mean?
It's kind of like how like on toilet paper it has those little like holes in it and you can just like tear it off.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and like you do that with like the little needle thing, and you do that, and you do that as like a setup before you actually start, you know, and then like you just yank it, you know, and it just comes right off.
You know the low risk, low reward option?
Yeah, that's low risk,
low
reward.
No. The low risk, low reward option is using a cheese grater.
What?
Using a cheese grater.
Please elaborate.
I mean, I think that kind of speaks for itself. Just you know,
I don't think it does.
Grinding the skin off with a cheese grater.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like you also grind like everything else off. Like you can't really control that a whole lot. You know, there's not a lot of like control. People are talking
exactly. That's why it's low risk, low reward.
Hold up, people are still talking in the background. Be right back.
All right, we can cut stuff out. We can also cut off like me having to mute or whatever. I don't know if he wants to keep talking about what we were talking about, because I actually have a sort of semi-existential type deep question that I want to ask.
I'm back. What's up?
The sponsor of this podcast are the sorry.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, we're cutting that out. Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. It was my intrusive thoughts.
Okay. Intrusive thoughts. Okay. Yeah, what were we talking about? Like perforating dicks? Yeah, I think that's kind of fucking retarded.
Well, before that, we were talking about YouTube and trying to make stuff that's new.
Yeah, I was kind of like going into like a weird mental state about it, where like I guess it was kind of imposter syndrome, where I just I don't know like a good way to describe it, but like I felt like I would never be able to kind of get to a point where I could make something new for people, and like 600 subscribers isn't a whole lot to a lot of people, but like sometimes I just look at that and think like I don't fucking deserve that. Like there are so many people who are like way more deserving of that number than I am, you know? And like the only reason that I got that was because I had like 2 clips that blew up on TikTok and are still, you know, getting views to this day. And like I don't know, like sometimes I feel like I'm not like worthy of it, I suppose, you know?
I wouldn't say that. You earned it. I mean, if people enjoyed it, then they decided to subscribe, and that means your content was good enough for them to subscribe to. Because it's very hard for me to subscribe to someone. Like, I very rarely subscribe to people. It's only when I really enjoy their content I subscribe.
Yeah.
So I mean, good for you. I wouldn't. It's not. You earned it.
So you're kind of black.
No, I'm only like half.
Half what? Half fucking golden retriever? What
Persian.
are you?
Persian.
Oh,
no,
Persian. Okay,
yeah.
Persian. Yeah, see, you're that's like The Rock. The Rock's Persian. You know, you're black.
He's not.
He's Persian.
Like, he's Samoan.
Oh yeah, no, it's Samoan. Yeah, that's right. I thought he was Persian for a second. Yeah, never mind.
No, that he does not look Persian at all.
I mean, hey, he looks Persian enough, you know.
He does not at all. Well, I'm like Russian, Persian, Turkish, Greek. So, should I come in with my topic?
Yeah, why don't you do that, Bucko?
Okay, so
why don't you go ahead and
my question?
Why don't you just talk your fucking heart out?
I was just wondering how easy it would be to disappear.
Like how do you, like go invisible, or just like disappear? Like
no, just
nobody
disappear.
knows
Like
where you are.
Disappear off the face of the planet.
Probably pretty easy, you know. I'd say so. I think.
How would you go about doing it?
I would say, like, okay, so first off, like, run away and like delete all my social media, everything, like get any trace of me off the internet whatsoever. Probably like just break my phone in half and just kind of like start walking away and just like I don't know, like assault some like old man and just like steal his clothes so that like nobody recognizes me in like different clothes, you know? And then you know, just go about my life, like, you know, stay low for a couple of years, and then once I'm declared dead, just like change my name, and then I'm good, you know?
Yeah, I would try to find someone that's like the vacuum cleaner guy from Breaking Bad. I feel like doing it on your own.
Yeah, so he could suck you out of existence.
You're gonna need someone. No.
Suck you so hard you fucking die.
Okay.
I want him to suck me.
Buddy. You want the vacuum guy to suck you from the
what was it that the vacuum... Hold on, let me look this shit up. Hold on. What was it that you said? Vacuum cleaner guy Breaking Bad. Robert Forrester. What was it that he said? It was like... I can't remember what the fucking thing that he... Like, it was like the thing you need to say in order to get the
oh, yeah, you want like...
him, you know? You want the good sucky 1,200 nostril end or some shit?
Yeah, that's the one.
You want that sloppy toppy, bro?
Imagine like Walter White saying that. He's like, I need the sucky Walter White special or something.
Fucking Robert, I need you to suck the dust off my cock.
Walter,
there's dust under my foreskin.
Away, Walter. Have you seen the Mike clip where he's like, Walter, but you take away, Walter?
No.
I'm not having sex with you right now, Walter.
No, but
Walt. Sorry.
No, keep going.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I just said Walt. I just said Walt. That was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like wallet. You know how to make a wallet noise?
Like Walt.
Oh, okay, tight. Yeah. All right.
Noise.
What was it? Yeah, continue with like disappearing, because I really want you to disappear.
Bro, my monitor just turned off. Oh shit! Never mind. I just left my computer. I didn't touch my computer for a while.
All right, go ahead and talk about disappearing, because I really want you to just disappear off the face of the earth right now. I want to hear your plan.
Well, I think like if I didn't have that contact, the only other way I would do it would be to just like, obviously what you said, get rid of like all technology altogether, and then just kind of like go to like Alaska, and then like just go into into an Alaskan forest, and then die. Oh no, but if I want to live, how would I live? I'd have to learn a bunch of like naturalist things. I'd have to learn like how to make a fire.
I'd just like cut open a bear's stomach and just like live inside that, you know? It's nice and warm, you know? Maggots can keep me company.
You could like, or you could gut it and make it into like some cool coat.
I could just like gut it and like blow a balloon up a bunch and just like live inside the balloon, you know?
I thought you had a fear of balloons.
So on the topic of, I feel like I'm talking about YouTube too much in this episode. Fuck it, I'll do it.
That's fine. We could title it something about that.
We kind of like talked. We kind of like touched on this for a little bit, but like what are your thoughts on like the current state of YouTube? Like I'll elaborate a little bit. Like I look at YouTube right now and it's kind of like falling back into its state of like YouTube doesn't quite know what it is. And like I don't necessarily just mean like the company, but like the creators as well. Like you see like a lot of oversaturation, because we had like the rebirth of Minecraft a couple years ago, and then it only took like about a year for that genre to become oversaturated again. And you're not really seeing a whole lot of new things coming from there. Like you see the same creators and the same people like knocking off those creators over and over again. And it's kind of like a similar thing with like our genre. You're not really seeing like a lot of new people. What do you think about like how stale YouTube is currently, and like do you think like there's a future coming sooner or later for YouTube?
I think by that time, when the new wave comes, we're gonna like not be interested in it, because it's gonna be something that like younger generations are gonna like, and I think we're just gonna slowly grow out of YouTube.
I mean, maybe. I think we're kind of. I don't know. I want to say
it's gonna
that
be like the next Fortnite, you know.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't like. I feel like we're kind of like in a rebirth era of YouTube, where like old things are becoming new again. Like, because Minecraft had a rebirth, Fortnite kind of had a rebirth. You know, I reckon
you're hoping
something.
CS:GO is gonna have a rebirth.
I am a little bit. But
yeah.
I feel like something new has to be brought to the table with Counter-Strike. Like I feel like in order for that to become big again, like some new creator has to have like a fucking like light bulb fucking epiphany and make a banger ass fucking video in order for, you know, this genre to come back into its own again, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It really is difficult, because the fact that we're not super popular right now means that we have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Well, I heard I was on JC the Caster stream the other day, and he mentioned that he thinks the genre is just kind of dead. Like he thinks like if people are like in this genre, they shouldn't they shouldn't acknowledge that they're in the genre. They should like make it more around funny moments and not necessarily like funny moments specifically to CS:GO. I don't necessarily like trust what he says, because not only is he like an old face, but he's like kind of I don't want to say retired, but he's not really like committed the same way that he was before, you know?
Yeah, well also
I don't know if that's like a shitty thing to say, but
he's, you know. It's not shitty. I mean, I think he's just kind of losing his spark as well, because a lot of people are in the genre. Yeah. Because as you said, it is kind of dying.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just I'm just like yearning for something new to come, because like YouTube has been so fucking stale for like the past 3 years, because like, you know, PewDiePie like kind of rebirthed Minecraft a little bit, and then like that's the last new thing I remember happening. I think TikTok is overrated as shit, but you know, I think like I'm the minority opinion on that, and it's gonna at some point overtake YouTube as like the main platform for creating stuff, because like they're all like TikTok has a like you can upload like 10-minute videos to TikTok now. Like they're slowly just starting to take over now.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, Instagram, I heard, is taking away photos.
I looked into that. Okay, so apparently that was like a troll from like I'm thinking you saw that on my Instagram story. Apparently that was like
I also looked it up. Like last year,
last year they mentioned that. I think what they meant is that like they're like you can't really get viral off of photos anymore, which you never really could before. Like things don't really go viral on Instagram, but it's more so they're kind of pushing reels more than they are pictures, I think, at this point. And like they want to encourage people to post reels more now. And I think that's just because like Instagram is a big fucking meme website now. Like I can't remember the last time that I saw like a legitimate picture from a friend on Instagram, you know?
I can. I think people still use it normally.
Yeah.
I use Reels more than TikTok because I don't like TikTok.
Well, I literally just use TikTok to get my name out. Like I don't have my TikTok linked anywhere. Like I have my TikTok linked to my YouTube and like all my other social medias, but like I don't, like, my TikTok is never in the description of any of my videos. It's not in my my about page. It's you can't find it anywhere other than like TikTok, and that's just because that's where like a lot of my traffic comes from.
Your name out there.
Yeah. And I fucking hate TikTok, and I hate that like that's the best place to self promote. But fuck it, it's the best place to self promote. Fuck it, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the best way these days, even with like getting your music popular.
Yeah, that's TikTok is kind of becoming like, I don't know, like everybody truly gets their 15 minutes of fame on TikTok. Like it's nice. Like it's really easy to blow up on TikTok. I wanted to segue into probably our last topic because we are coming up on that hour mark here in a second. This is a bit more of a deeper topic because you had some experiences with this as of late. I'm not going to go into detail about that, and you don't have to if you don't want to. But I wanted to kind of like talk about.
I don't want to.
I wanted to talk about the. I don't know how I would explain the topic. Like keeping friends on a leash, I guess. Not necessarily that, but like keeping them at a distance, I suppose. Like people who, you know, kind of take advantage of you and just. I don't know. This is kind of a shitty topic. I don't know if we should talk about that.
It's not shitty. I guess it's just. Do you feel like you've been taken advantage of by a friend?
I feel like I have in the past. You know, people like there's this one guy that I was in high school with. Who he was just an asshole to everybody. Like he pretty much only cared about making himself look good. Like whenever we were in like an environment where it was just like a bunch of friends hanging out, he would always try to be just the center of attention. He was just fucking annoying and egregious and like very entitled, I suppose. He was such a fucking asshole, and he turned one of my best friends to like make him believe him for a sexual assault case that was going on in school because this guy he basically sexually assaulted like almost every single girl in the department that we were in. I was in the drama department in high school, and he sexually assaulted like half the girls in there. It was fucking crazy. Like one of my friends, I'm not gonna say any names, but one of my friends, he like grabbed my cane that I had for like a prop in a show, and he like just shoved it up her vagina, like just through her fucking her pants, like just like he was just an asshole about everything. And
that's so bad.
When we finally like went to other people to talk about it, I guess trigger warning for any people who are like sensitive to this kind of thing. But they like we went to admin to like just try and like talk about it and you know, maybe fix the issue. And like obviously all the adults in the scenario got pissed off, and like a bunch of the girls came forward and were like, hey, you know, we've talked to the teachers, we've talked to the directors, they're not fucking doing anything about this. So we went to admin finally, and we talked about it, and not a whole lot came from it. I remember like one of the administrators like came into the classroom and like told us like, hey, you know, we know of some stuff going on backstage, you guys gotta, like, this is a school, you guys gotta keep it appropriate. And that's pretty much where they stopped at. And the guy who like sexually assaulted all the girls was like in the corner crying, like trying to play victim.
Jesus.
While his other friend was just like patting him on the back, like trying to like be there for him, quote unquote, even though he like, everybody knows that he did fucked up shit, you know? And he would just take advantage of a lot of people, and like how nice people were, you know?
Mm-hmm. I feel like people like that are gonna end up finding someone similar to them, and are gonna like inevitably end up trusting them at some point, and then they're gonna have the same thing done to them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point everybody has a person in their life that like is like that, because it's and you need to have people like that in your life to like learn how you make connections with the right people, and not people that will, you know, do things to you. And if when he gets that experience of being used or like, you know, feeling uncomfortable around someone, he will hopefully, you know, change for the better and realize like how that is. Most people just have mental problems, like the Weinstein brothers or whatever. Yeah. And they probably are just going to try to get out of it. But yeah.
Well, he's definitely like narcissistic. Like if you like, I remember like I tried to get like deep with him in a conversation one time, and he just made the whole thing about himself and his issues. Like he just does not care about other people. Like this is very unrelated to what I just said a second ago. But I remember I might tell this story in this episode, but I'll probably save it for next episode. We recorded we tried to record like a first episode like way back, and we ended up scrapping it. And I talked about the story of how I had to listen to my best friend get a blowjob from another guy in the same hotel room. It was on a school trip. But on that same, I'll tell you guys about that later. On the same trip, this guy, he ended up getting like super fucking drunk, like just shit faced, and he went into this these two other girls who were like on the same trip as us, but he didn't really know them all that well, and he threw up in their toilet and passed out on their floor, and then just like woke up the next morning and like blamed it on other people for like getting him drunk, even though like it was his fucking choice to drink, you know. He was that kind of person.
I mean, why? How do you get to that point where you're just like, you just have no social awareness?
Yeah, right. Like,
it really pains me.
Yeah, I want to be able to like give him a handicap and like say he's retarded or something, but he's not. He is full. Like he is. His cognitive ability is sometimes higher than mine. He is fully there. He's just a narcissistic piece of shit, and he is not retarded. He is 100% just fucking fine.
Man, but I really hope he changes. I hate people like that.
Yeah, I hope all of his friends leave him, and you know, like, cause when he was like 2 grades above me, and when he like, it was him and like 3 other people. It was like 2 girls and 2 guys in the group. And they were like kind of like the seniors when I was a sophomore, like the seniors that like everybody looked up to because like they were the big performers and whatnot. And they had been in the department for like even before they were in high school. They like auditioned for the parts like in middle school, and they would just get the fucking parts, and they were just like 100% the teacher's favorites. And I don't know why I'm talking about like this. I'm talking about like high school drama like after I fucking left high school. It seems like some petty shit to talk about, but I'll talk about it nonetheless because this guy is still an experience. This guy is still an asshole to this day. Like I still hear about like him doing fucked up shit, and he's been out of high school for like 3 years at this point.
He's gonna get like a felony charge and go to jail.
Yeah, well, he's 20 now, I think. But yeah, he just did a lot of like fucked up shit, and I remember like he was the cause of the only time that I ever had like a legitimate freak out like in the middle of a classroom environment. Like it was right before like practice for a show or something like that, and I was fucking starving because I hadn't eaten breakfast that morning. I hadn't eaten dinner the night before, and I hadn't eaten all fucking day. So I was fucking starving. I was like, I talked with my director. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go grab some food really quick. I'm fucking starving, and obviously she was a bit upset with me because I didn't fucking plan out my meals, but she understood. She understood, and like that, I respected that. But this fucking asshole, like, he apparently like he was talking shit about me because I was late to rehearsal, and like digging into me like personally, like behind stage, like just saying that I'm a horrible person for like missing a fucking like a single rehearsal. And he like started to tear into me backstage once I finally like came back, and I just fucking like I slammed my shit at the table, and I just like I looked him straight in the face, and I just said, shut the fuck up, dude, you cannot talk to me right now, and just fucking went back to doing my shit.
Jeez.
Yeah, he is a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, should I tell a story of like how I had to listen to my best friend get a blowjob as like a closing out little message for the podcast? Okay,
go for it.
So it was a school trip. We had to. It was like a competition thing. And we had to. We were going to some place. I don't want to say where it is because I don't want people to find out where I live. But it was a competition for choir, and we were staying at this hotel because it was an overnight trip because it was like 2 cities away, and the competition like went over the course of 2 days, and the night that we got into the hotel, apparently like a bunch of people just like snuck shit in because they wanted to have fun. It's a bunch of dumb teenagers. Like one person snuck in a wax pen, one person snuck in like a pound of fucking weed somehow. People snuck in like alcohol and whatnot. So me and my other friends, we ended up getting high in the hotel, which was like, it was the first time that I ever got high. Like I remember like my friend just like doing the worm like on the bed, like he was just having a conversation with us, and then he just fucking flops on the bed and starts doing the worm. And we were all confused by that, but it was 3 people to a hotel. It was me and my 2 other friends, and then this other guy comes in. This other guy is bisexual. And my best friend at the time was like pretty confused with his sexuality, and once it like comes time to like start calming down and getting ready for bed and whatnot, the bisexual guy and my best friend have one bed, and I'm in the other bed with my other friend, and we can't really sleep all that well because we're just like laughing our dicks off for no fucking reason because we're just like high as gorilla pussy or high as giraffe pussy. I don't know. Gorilla pussy isn't really that high, is it? Because they're kind of retarded, so they just like walk around like squatted,
Yeah.
I guess you could say like if you're sober, you could say like, man, I'm as sober as gorilla pussy right now,
Yeah, or as sober as an ant because they're really low.
Yeah, sober as ant pussy, like I'm a millimeter off the ground. I ain't high as shit, but
facts.
It's getting late, and we finally settle down. Like we finally like are kind of like dozing off a little bit, and then all of a sudden from the other bed, I just start hearing. So I know somebody in that fucking bed is getting some sloppy toppy, and me and my friend in our bed. We just kind of like look at each other like we don't say anything, but like we both fucking hear it loud as day. And so he he whips out his phone. He's like, hey man, you mind if I play some music that like can help me fall asleep better, to like kind of, you know, make it seem like we can't hear them, but we very obviously could. And he just starts playing Slow Dancing in the Dark by Joji and just saying like some weird stoner shit like, dude, if you like close your eyes and really think about it, you can like feel the fucking like beat drop. And I'm just like, yeah man, whatever. And we're just like turning it up, and they fucking like, he starts sucking his dick even louder, and like it just keeps going for like a solid 30 minutes, and then finally they finish, and it's
lasts hella long. God damn.
Yeah, fucking it was ridiculous. And then the next day it's like pretty awkward, but we're all best friends, so we talk about it pretty lightheartedly. But what was fucked up is that the guy who was bisexual, he's the one who sucked my friend's dick. He had a boyfriend at the time, so there was like a big thing there about how he like cheated and whatnot, and it was kind of funny. It's funny like looking back on it, but like I remember like coming back from the trip, like they had to like talk with us about like how we shouldn't bring drugs and whatnot on school trips, and it basically like ruined school trips for the entire department, because like the next trip we had, they had to like put tape on our doors so that like if we opened the doors they could see that the tape was torn, and they'd send us home, and like it was just, I don't know, it was kind of funny. But yeah, that's the story of how my best friend got a blowjob right next to me in a hotel. I feel like I told it funnier last time, but you know,
it was like scarier this time.
What?
It was scarier. It felt like.
Are you scared?
Sad.
Are you scared the gay man is gonna come and suck your dick?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna suck your dick. Woo.
All right, I think that's enough
like,
for today.
Just like fucking like just wraps around you from behind, like just fucking pantses you.
Nah,
and says,
we're good,
boo.
dude. Nah, we're
fucking
good.
You
we're
just
good.
come out of fear.
No, I think we're fine, dude. Nope.
Are you sure? You don't want to come out of fear?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, so that was.
Good.
That's going to wrap us up for the first episode of the Something to Do podcast, or as we are going to call it from now on, the STD podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bumpy, do you want to send us off since I brought us in?
Yeah, sure. Don't circumcise yourself. All right. That's
all
about
right.
it. See ya.
Our channels are going to be in the description, so go ahead and follow those.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see
Go
you guys
subscribe.
next time. Yeah. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.